Blessings to you. Welcome to Artist Impact. I'm your host, Jere B. This show is all about great music of every genre. We highlight singers, bands, musicians, poets, and rappers from our local region and from all over the world. Now, most of them you've never heard of before, but we bring them right to your door to encourage them and to impact their career. Now, on our show today, we're featuring two incredible artists. Let me tell you, absolutely incredible, from Brazil. An incredible guitarist, amazing even, representing a very jazzy group called 4K Instrumental. This is Giovanni Moura. Welcome to the show, Giovanni. How you doing?
I'm fine. I thank you for stay here. Grateful.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you. And from right down the street in Pennsylvania, representing the hardest rocking band I've heard in a long time, Dark Harvest. Here is, let me get this right, fellas, Scott, Brad, Miz, and Josh. How you brothers doing, man?
How you doing?
I am not unwell, sir. Thank you.
Well, I thank you for being here on the show. And I'm telling you what, making the greatest impact on these artists are my panel of love. They are going to review and critique the videos that these wonderful guys sent in to see if in some way, somehow they can make an impact on their career. Maybe, maybe not. We'll find out. But let's introduce today's panel. I'm telling you, one of the funkiest trombonists since Fred Wesley and Wayne Henderson, no doubt. Rocking it with P-Funk, rocking it with Prince, Maceo, and so many more. This is Greg Boyer. What's going on, bro?
How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing absolutely excellent. As you already knew that, though. Welcome to the show, my friend. And she plays the saxophone like nobody's business. She's an incredibly gifted artist who burns the house down every time, everywhere she goes. Sister Joyce Spencer, what's up, dear sister?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Fantastic. I'm grateful you're here. And this is the hardest working vocalist on the West Coast, Michael Bolton, Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, Quincy Jones, and on and on and on and on. Songwriter, producer extraordinaire, Mr. Will Wheaton. What's going on, Will?
You know, trying to make it do what it do and, you know, be an additive member of society. How about yourself?
Me too. I'm trying the same thing. So I really appreciate you being here. This is going to be a great show. Absolutely. Well, Greg, man, I have to ask you, brother, you've worked with Prince, and what an incredible icon. Could you tell me in 10 words or less, what's the most valuable lesson that you've learned from working with an artist like him?
Always be ready 24/7 and always be dressed. Never take for granted that you can go out in t-shirt and shorts once you get into a gig that is so much into the limelight.
Wow. That's absolutely excellent. So grateful you're here. You've been here a couple times. You're always a blessing to our show, man. We're going to look
great to
forward
be back.
getting into it. I appreciate you, bro. And Joyce, I tell you what, your live show is always on fire, but your recordings are just as hot. Now, I need to ask you, which do you prefer better, the recording process or being on stage?
On stage. To me, being on stage is a lot easier than recording, all the logistics and learning curves. Besides, I'm a trained musician, not a trained audio engineer.
I can dig it. Well, I appreciate you being here as always. Now, Mr. Wheaton, sir, you are a master songwriter. And I know that you pass off a lot of influence to the younger composers coming up. What are some of the key ingredients that you share with them?
Well, you know, basically for me, a song is lyric and melody, and especially a hook. If you don't have a good hook, you're wasting everybody's time. So I've written and worked with David Foster a lot, and he's melody central, constant, and a great lyric. So those are key components. They're necessary for success, I think. And if you think about most of the great songs, you've got those components. So
without fail. Without
Yes,
fail.
sir.
So grateful
Yes, sir.
you're back with us tonight, my friend.
Glad to be here.
I appreciate you. Here we roll with none other than Giovanni Moura from Brazil. Excellent guitarist, man. I want to tell you, we love your music. Thank you for sending it in to us.
Thank you. For me, it's very, very good. Stay here.
Yeah, well, we really enjoy it. 4K instrumental. Can you tell us a little bit about the song that you sent to us?
About a song, um, uh, this song is a typical music, Minas Gerais, Clube da Esquina, Milton Nascimento. That music I want to make that form.
Well, it's beautiful, man. And I'm a jazz lover, so I can't be biased, man. I'm just going to run it. Will you give us permission to play that song for our audience?
Very good.
Now that's what I'm talking about. This is Giovanni, 4K instrumental, lovely jazz. But Greg, what do you think?
Oh, well, I was a jazz lover before I was anything else, thanks to my parents. So I'm pretty much at home listening to this, and it's really refreshing to hear someone playing an odd meter and making it sound very natural. There's no struggle to play in 5 or 7 or 6. It just flows right out. And that, along with the composition, the execution of the band, um, I loved it. It's a vibe. It's a rainy day backdrop, and can't miss.
Definitely can't miss. Sister Joyce, what do you think?
Oh, I love the take five, if you will. The meter was nice groove. The guitar lead was awesome, and the soprano sax. And I just piggyback on my brother here. It was easy to listen to, and I like the mood set. Yeah, I was trying to decide, is this smooth jazz or fusion? And I think I hear a little bit of both. When I think it's going fusion, then it smooths out. And I'm that type of person that likes variety. It was variety without leaving the auspices of the intent of the song. I love that.
Absolutely right on that. Will, I see you shaking your head. So are you joining the club or what?
They took everything I was going to say. No, it's really, really, really good music. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I actually started in a fusion band. So it took me back to those days listening to the guys in rehearsal and just enjoying the music. Really, really cool tune. And I love Brazil musicians. I actually just did a record with Ed Mota over in Brazil, which is an amazing, amazing Brazilian artist. And you also remind me a little bit of a friend of mine named Jetro da Silva, who used to play keys for Whitney Houston. Great music, great song.
Fantastic. Well, we got to go deeper. I know you have some questions for Giovanni, Greg. Why don't you go in, bro?
Um, um, I don't know if I really have a question. I mean, any question I will have, he's already answered just by me watching. And what's really nice is you can tell that he has great technique on his instrument, but it's not like a big show of look at what I can do. There's so much more music than there is technique in this, and I'm really a big fan of that.
That's very cool. Giovanni, you have any questions for Greg?
Uh, no, I stay very happy because for the conversation here about my song. I stay quite happy.
Very, very cool. Very cool. Well, let's see what Sister Joyce has to say. You always have something insightful. Do you have any questions or comments?
I don't have any questions, but again, I just when I listen to music, since I started learning how to record my own music, I have to say that I love that the balance was there. Now that I understand the challenge of not only recording, getting good recordings, but mixing and mastering and all the logistics thereof. And I thought the mix was great. It was beautiful. It was very crisp, and I could hear all the instruments clearly. And maybe I'm partial, but I love the soprano sax because I'm a saxophone player myself. But the balance was there. It was great. It was great to listen to. Very easy to listen to, and I love. And I agree with when the other gentleman had said that you had a nice touch in the melody and everything. So there's a time for showing off technique. You know what I mean? Like weather report, it goes wild. But and I love that. But I like that what you did. It was real beautiful. So hats off to you guys in Brazil. This is great stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Will, why don't you come on in here, bro?
Absolutely. My only question is, when are you getting a singer? Totally kidding. Totally kidding. great music, and I'm really just rehashing what the other two have said. It's to me, it's driving up the coast music, turn it on, top down on the convertible, and we just cruising, and it feels good, and I hope you make a lot more of it because it sounds great.
That's great. That's great. Now, Giovanni, you've heard what the panelists have had to say. Do you have any questions or comments of your own for them?
I don't speak a little. My English don't very well, but I try speak a little.
You're good, bro.
You speak through your music.
Yep, you do.
It's universal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we applaud you. We applaud you, Giovanni. Don't go anywhere because we have to go from Brazil to Pennsylvania. And I'm gonna let you guys, I introduced you at first, but introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about what Dark Harvest is about.
I'm Scott. I'm the drummer.
I'm Brad. I play guitar and sing backup vocals.
I'm Miz. I play the upright bass.
I'm Josh. Sing and do some rhythm guitar.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, you guys sent in this great live cut. It had a lot of energy called Faith Changer. You want to tell us a little bit about the tune? Don't all talk at once, okay?
A lot of what we do is like country / heavy rock oriented. This was a straight rocker. These guys really liked. A little bit of a dark song. I went through some hard times a few years back. It's a song about questioning your faith. Where do you go from here kind of situation. But this is definitely one of the heavier ones that you're seeing.
So do you write most of the lyrics as the lead singer?
At this point, I'd say me and Brad probably share a good bit of it.
Very cool. Well, will you allow us to play this for our audience?
Most definitely.
Go for it.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
From the
band is called Dark Harvest. Might have been a heavy song, but it had a lot of energy. Greg, what do you have to say?
I loved it. If I had an extra arm, I'd give it 3 thumbs up. First off, I think one of the things that caught me right away was the hard driving pocket of this tune. But then upon squinting, just call me Squinting Marcellus, and I noticed that playing with an upright, how do you rock that hard with an upright? But lyrically, I could tell that song is on the other side of maybe some trials and tribulations. And all I can say is collectively, you guys came out smoking on the other side, man. I loved it.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Joyce.
When I listened to the song, I just had a feeling that had more meaning to it, and I wanted to hear more. I even looked for the lyrics. I wanted to hear more. And I just started playing with a rockabilly band a couple of years ago, off and on. And it really got my rock and roll out. The Led Zeppelin. Yeah, that's what I thought about when I heard you guys was Led Zeppelin. Back in the day when rock was just totally awesome, and totally impressed that 4 people can get on the stage, just 4 people, and turn it out like that. It always amazes me because like he said, you didn't have an electric bass, you had an acoustic bass.
Right.
And that, all that is impressive to me. Loved it.
Excellent. We'll take over, bro.
Drummer, I'm not mad at you. You got show enough soul, sir. I love it. I love it. Bass player, not mad at you either. That driving bass line is the key to, in my opinion, to a great rock song. It actually, you guys kind of reminded me sonically just a little bit of Devo, and also this is going to probably take you out, Rancid. I used to work with Rancid a lot, if you even know who Rancid is, but I did a couple of their records, believe it or not, and they were great musicians, and so are you guys. You guys sound great. Good stuff.
Wonderful. Well, we got to go in. We just can't leave it at the surface. Greg, you got to tell them exactly what you think and why.
Well, I've already said what I think. I have a question. Why the side of a barn? I mean, you would expect to hear something else playing right outside, the place where you keep the tractor, but why the side of a barn? And all I can say is the curveball was a very nice touch.
Yeah, this was played at there's a local brewery in Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania, that you can play outdoors, and that's just what it looks like. It's pretty nice.
It's actually an old mechanic shop.
It does fit in with the whole band vibe, though, what we do, for sure.
Loved it, man.
Nice big cornfield right off to the side that you didn't get to see.
Well, we don't want the cornfield to catch on fire. That's what's up.
Well, y'all definitely put it in. Sister Joyce, you want to take over?
Yes. I think the bass player, Ms. Did I get it right?
Yeah, correct.
When you started playing upright bass, acoustic bass, did you know you were going to be playing in a rock band?
So this comes full circle. I originally was playing a rockabilly band, the blues band, swing, all that stuff. But me and Josh go back actually since almost grade school. And back in high school, we played a bit together, playing heavier rock stuff. He went one direction, more in the rock, heavy metal direction. I went and started playing the blues, rockabilly stuff. But we always said we wanted to combine it together. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of what's going on here. So
that's nice groove. And Josh, about the vocals, you be able to get the growl out almost and then right after that you hit a higher note, if you will. How hard is that to do, to get the growl and then to purify that to without a better word to say, a normal voice? How hard is that to do?
Oh, I won't.
Maybe easy for you.
It's getting much harder now as I'm aging.
So I came away from like full bore heavy metal and rock bands to do this project. So, like I said, this song's a little bit of the more unique out of what we've been doing.
Yes, yes, I understand. Okay, well, thank you. I mean, I loved it, but I'm always curious. I love all kinds of genres because I was raised with rock, blues, zydeco, you name it, folk music, jazz, whatever. So, and I love that because even when I was listening to the song, I said, I almost feel rockabilly, but then again, I feel Led Zeppelin at the same time. I don't know if that means anything.
Yeah,
but
you're getting what we're trying to accomplish for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
There it is. I heard it. Now release it.
Absolutely wonderful, Mr. Wheaton, sir.
Absolutely. Who's the writing folk? Is it all of you or just one of you?
Pretty much me and Brad so far.
Great work. Who would you guys say if you wanted to? I hate this, but if you wanted to be compared to somebody, who would you say you are most like? And if it's nobody, that's fine.
See, it's a weird thing because like we're different in all of our inspirations. Like
right.
Me, it's like Dream Theater and Symphony Acts, and I always call him Godsmack.
I get that stereotype all the time.
Rockabilly. So it's just a hodgepodge of stuff. That whenever we first started out, we're all different, and it didn't quite mesh very good. And then as we just started combining our, I don't know what you cycles, I guess. I don't know. We came together.
Sure, let's go with that.
We're gonna go with that, and we all came together and started making beautiful music.
Great music. Yeah.
Well, you are definitely onto something, and I think you should keep at it. And as Joyce said, release it as fast as you can.
Thank you so much.
Definitely. Now, Dark Harvest, you've heard what the panelists have had to say. Do you have any questions, comments, or pushback of your own?
I'd really like to do just a one-hit wonder. What do you think? Just one hit and get out there, make a couple $1 million, put it in the bank, quit jobs, and then just sit back and relax. I mean, doing this is fun, but eventually it comes a time that you can't do it anymore. We're getting old.
Yeah.
We're getting old.
Yeah. Join the club. Join the club. We're all getting old. Well, panelists, just hold on for a quick sec. We're going to bring Giovanni back and just want to find out from both of you. And we'll start with Giovanni. Is there anything coming up on your schedule? Are you doing any recording or playing some dates that you can tell us about?
I don't have data for recording. No, not now. For while still no.
I understand. Well, I can tell you what, the music that you've sent in and the music that you have available on YouTube is enough to sustain you for several more months. So don't worry about it, brother. Again, we're so glad to have you. And what's coming up with you, Dark Harvest? We have Scott Krishner. You see that's Krishner on there, but it's supposed to be Dark Harvest. It's supposed to be all of you. It's not Scott Krishner and Dark Harvest. It's all of you and each of you. But what's going on? What's coming up?
We're on shows for the summer, and we're doing some recording. We're actually sitting in our recording space right now talking to everybody. So some of these, the Faith Changer will be out soon. We have about 6 or 7 more originals that we recorded. Josh is putting some finishing touches on. Brad, some guitar. Miz and I, we got done a little while back. We're just we're getting ready to hit it hard for the summer.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, much Much success to both of you as artists. I mean, you're doing your thing. I'm going to bring back the panelists because I know their schedules are very busy, but you got to tell us at least one thing that's on your front burner, on your front burner. Yes. Greg, what's hot and heavy right now for you?
Well, I just got finished doing 2 cruises, the Soul Train cruise and the Capital Jazz cruise. And we're going to be laying low in the area for a while till we go back out on the road with P-Funk later on this spring or early summer.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent. God bless George Clinton with the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I think 81 years old now, so he's been bringing the funk a long time, man.
He'll be 83 in July.
Wow. Amazing.
Wow. Honestly. Long time. That's my lifetime plus. So thanks for bringing that funk with them. Joyce, I know you have something on the front burner. What's happening with you?
Well, I'm getting ready. I have pretty much 3 different acts: my cover band, my Sade tribute band. I'm also getting ready to go back on tour with Jazz and Pink. And I'm also working with local groups in coming up. Women's History Month is coming up. We got a couple of projects going where we're going to honor women in music. And I'm also on my 3rd song, released my 3rd song. I love. I guess I can tell now, having released that, but I'm doing a cover of Eddie Harris' Cold Duck Time. Yeah, so, and I did it myself. Lord help me. But I arranged it and didn't even though. But so I have, those projects. I want to get an EP out in the next few months. It's no use to do 10 tracks anymore. I'm sorry. It's just no use to do it anymore. So you guys, yeah. So
that's right. So Will, what's going your front burner, my friend?
Recording. I just finished. The single that we did last year, the cover of "Lady in My Life." We just got a Indie Soul Award for it on Friday, and so I'm gonna do probably a couple more tunes, and I'm thinking about remixing some of the stuff I have and releasing it as a complete package. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to record and what my idea is mentally, and then put it all together and see if I can make it a record. So
well, I'm absolutely grateful for each one of you. Again, Giovanni, Moura, and Dark Harvest, Greg, Joyce, Will. Much success to each one of you. That's going to do it for this round of Artist Impact. Thanks again to our Impact panel. Again, they were Greg Boyer, Joyce Spencer, Will Wheaton, and very, very special guest to our artist, Dark Harvest, Giovanni, Moura. Listen, make sure that you go out and you support these independent artists. Go to a show if you're in the area, buy their music and their merch. And if you are an artist and you have an original performance music video, submit it to artistimpact.armstrong@gmail.com. Let's see how we can impact your music career. I'm your host, Jere B. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time. God bless. And we are out.